Good morning. This is Frederica Peterson, and you're listening to my weekly inspirational message, Frederica Talks. Now, today I woke up with something in my spirit about leadership. I don't know, this thing was really bothering me. There's a lot of things that I'm seeing and observing going on right now, and so I was kind of torn between two pieces, and I didn't want to get too political this morning. So I'm going with the latter that I was thinking about, and I think it's going to be a powerful message, and especially to kick off our Monday this week. And I would say when we're thinking about leadership, and I know many of you have heard this concept before, there's a difference between leading and managing, right? One thing I'll tell you about leadership, it has a lot of different dimensions. It's like a kaleidoscope. I like to use that analogy in a few different things, but leadership certainly falls within that realm. And the truth about it is that how you lead others creates an image and the brand of your business and who you are as an individual. Because leadership goes outside of the four walls, the place that you work in. It is outside of the description of your job title. Leadership is something that you've got within you. So I want you to really hear this message today, especially for those of you that are leading others. And for those of you that just know you have a leadership gift, because we all lead, even if it's just ourselves. And my question to you before I get started in this message today for you to think about is, as you are leading, are you creating fans or foes? Are you creating impact or not? The title of my message today is, are you a leader or are you a manager? And if they could lead themselves, they wouldn't need you. Leadership, it has so many dimensions and so much unrealized power. The truth of the matter is that leadership can do one of two things: build you up or tear you down. It really depends on what mojo your leader's tapping into. Let's just keep this real. Many leaders feel like being the boss is where the leadership power comes from, but it isn't. The real power comes from the leader's character, intrinsic traits and gifts, and their ability to be effective with their leadership comes from their ability to connect with all of this. The title of my message is, if they could lead themselves, they wouldn't need you. So my question to all the leaders that are listening to this right now is, what came up for you when you read that title or heard that title? Was it something you ever thought about? So how influential are you in the space you're operating in? Is that influence driven by fear or intimidation? And if so, I hate to tell you this, but it's pretty ineffective to those of us that are really paying attention and not intimidated by all the pomp and circumstance, because it screams of insecurity. And quite frankly, that's not sustainable over time. Or is your influence driven by intellect and wisdom, considering the bigger picture when you are not at the center? This, in my opinion, is the ultimate leadership. Or how about developing the people you lead? Are you constantly pushing your people to drive harder based on their potential or yours? Are you pushing them to fulfill your personal agenda, or are you challenging them in a strategic way to help them perform better and ultimately build a strong career path? Okay, full disclosure. This is absolutely no judgment here. None at all. I've been there and back, my friends. And honestly, we are constantly learning about ourselves and others when we lead people. Ultimately, our first leadership role is leading ourselves. And it began all those years prior to landing that first leadership position. If you didn't catch it, the key is that your leadership ability is not determined by your title, but it is determined by who you are and how you are connected with yourself authentically. How you relate to others and how you consider others in the decisions you make and the way you treat people. This not only honors you, but the organization that you work for or the business that you own. When you're called to lead others, you're called to shepherd the flock. It's not just about numbers and meetings. You're leading people that have ambitions, aspirations, and potential. You were placed in that role of leadership because someone saw the leader in you, not the boss in you. Yeah, there's a lot to get done. And yeah, maybe the last thing on your to-do list is thinking about how to draw out the potential of your team. They should just go and do it, right? Wrong. The difference between a team that is led and a team that is managed can be the difference between number one and being number two in the eyes of your customer. And you know where that shows up? In the bottom line. Teams that are managed may shine for a moment, but teams that are led will run in the leader of the pack for years. Why? Because the culture creates the image, and the image is your brand. You create the culture you work in. The behavior you model is the behavior they'll follow. And that's the real bottom line. Because leaders lead by example. They don't have to tell you what they want. They'll show you what they want. Because we can talk a great game with a leadership role and a big title to hide behind. But how do our actions tie with what we're saying? I see a lot of leaders that talk out of two sides of their mouth. It's not effective. So I'm going to leave you with this thought. If you lead with your heart and not with your head, you will create a legacy that will transcend your career, because embracing the potential to transform the lives of others honors the leader in you. Perspective is everything. You can catch my blogs at my website at www.fredericapeterson.com under blogs. I also invite you to check in on my weekly messages right here on Frederica Talks. Until next time, be well and be blessed.